I've been taking pictures of the sky for years. Can I show you some? I love the sky. I really don't know how else to say that. I've been taking pictures of the sky for consistently for about 4 years. A little bit longer. It's interspersed from my childhood because I didn't really have a device to take those pictures on until I got to high school. So there's that. But I love the sky. It's something that my people know about me. I am taking pictures of the sky, whether it's raining, whether it's cloudy, it's sunny, sunset, sunrise. Like, I'm always taking pictures of the sky. So it's really important to me that, like, I can share that part of me on here. I take pictures literally all the time. I mean, like, literally all the time. I have an Instagram where I devote. Can y'all hear the train? I swear every time I sit down to film, something's like, and actually I have something else to say. It was the dogs last time. What else? Now it's the train. Hey, train. Oh well. I take pictures of the sky all the time. I have an Instagram account devoted to it where the idea was I was clogging up too much of my phone storage space with me taking pictures of the sky. So I would post them on Instagram, on like a private Instagram, to keep that to myself. And like, there's some people who follow it, but it's like, it's kind of a spam. Not really. I don't know. The goal was just like post them and get like, put them somewhere so that way I could delete them off of my phone camera, because like I was taking that many pictures of the sky. It was hard for my phone to keep up, to be honest with you. It still is. I'm not as good as posting about the sky pictures anymore. I mostly just let them rot in my camera roll now. It's a problem. Today, what we will be doing is I will be showing you pictures of the sky that I have taken, my favorites of the ones that I have taken, and I will be telling you why they are my favorite. They could be my favorite because they hold special meaning to me. They could be my favorite because they're really cool, because they inspired something. I don't know. And you don't know. So we'll have to find out. During this section, you'll have to forgive me if I'm looking over here. I'm looking at my laptop to make sure that I get the dates right and the pictures right. So mind your business. The first 2 pictures that I want to show you are pictures that represent some form of change or season in my life. So the first picture is from Tuesday, October 1st, 2023, which has the picture of my dog in it, and it's the sun setting. And then the other one is from Thursday, July 3rd, 2025, which is the one of like the rippling clouds. And these pictures, I paired them together because they don't mean the same thing, but they mean similar things to me. The picture with my dog in it is from 2023. If you don't know this about me, I went on my first big theater job in the summer of 2023. I had just freshly turned 19 over that summer, and I was living in Kentucky for 3 months, working at Mountain Movers Theater Company, shout out, and working there as a gen tech for the first time on any hired contract that I have ever been on. So I went there when I was 18 years old, and I left there 19 years old, my first summer out of college. I was so scared. So this picture is from me coming back home at the very end of that summer to see my mom before I went back up to school. And so there's the picture of my dog. I'm walking my dog by a school that I will block out the little poster there because they don't get free promo because of things that they did to my mom. The school that I'm walking my dog by is the one that my mom used to be a principal at, and the school that I went to first through eighth grade at. And this school was very influential to the way that I grew up, the way that I live my life now. If you can't tell this about me, I went to a charter school for the first not 8 years of my life, but excluding kindergarten, the first few years of my schooling, and did not leave that environment until I went to high school. So I grew up with the same 20 people in my grade, and then went to high school where there were then hundreds. That wasn't a shift at all. So it was very good to be back there with my mom, with my dog, walking the dog, doing something very sweet, and the sky looks beautiful. The other picture is from this summer after I had finished my first month working for the Atlanta Shakespeare Company as one of their interns, where I had just finished where I had just finished a month of working in one of their SIT camps. So I had just finished teaching Shakespeare for the first time. And that was so important to me. It's very influential to the way that I think about directing, very influential to the way that I think about stage managing, that I think about working with kids. Like, not kids, they were teenagers. Hi guys, if any of you find this, I don't know that I want you to find this. It was super influential to me in the way that I think about theater as an art and the way I think about Shakespeare. So important to me. And so this picture, I feel like I caught both of these pictures in a season of change and in a season of forward movement, which I think is really cool. The next two pictures are two pictures with rainbows in them. Rainbows are important to me because of what they symbolize for my community, but also because I think they're cool as hell. They're cool as fuck, bro. How does that happen? I know how that happens, but like, super cool. So the next two are rainbow pictures that are very important to me for various reasons. Number one is going to be May 7th of 2025. You'll see that one. And then the other one will be November 6th, 2024. We'll start with, I guess, the November 6th one. Very obviously, this rainbow was taken the day after we found out that Donald Trump would be elected the next president of the United States, which was a really hard day. It was a very, very, very tough day for people like me and my community and people who are marginalized in some way or in some form of marginalized community, or people who are just scared of the way that that presidency would affect us, whether it was economically or whether it was as an ally to certain communities. And that was a scary day. It's still scary now, I think. I think it's really scary now, in fact, because of what we've seen, what can happen. But I think the important thing when thinking about that relates back to this picture. I was going in for a rehearsal. We had gone out to eat that day because we needed a treat, to be honest with you. And going into rehearsal, I saw these double rainbows right up next to each other over the corner of our performing arts building, our theater building. And to me, it just was a sign that this is going to hurt and this is going to be bad. But we as a community, as a theater community, as a queer community, will continue to persevere. So that was really important for me. I think it represents the fact that there will be hard times, but there will also be times of softness and times of joy and rainbow in the rain. You know, you got to find joy when it's hard. That does not mean quit fighting. That means vote when you can. That means stay active, stay alert, help people outside of your community, and be welcoming to your neighbors and be welcoming to those who need it. But that means there will be rainbows and we have to find them. The other one is for the day after my sweet friend Ella's birthday. We had gone out for drinks and had a fun time with her so that way she could celebrate her 21st. And then we had spent the night over at her house. And so when I woke up the next morning and walked out of her apartment at, I want to say 5 a.m., maybe a little bit later, maybe 6 a.m., because I had to run home because I had work that day. And I woke up and it was like very bright already and I was very confused. And I walked outside and there it was, just the perfect rainbow. And to me, that's just the continuous symbol of community, the continuous symbol of holding each other close, showing up for each other. Because to be honest with you, and I'm sorry, Ella, if you see this, I did not want to stay. I had work the next morning at 8 a.m. I did not want to stay. But you stay and you have fun and you have a great time and maybe you get to see a rainbow the next morning. Who knows? Two more for you are my sunset pictures. And both of these happen to be at the beach, where I think I started to really develop my love for the sky. Something about my family that I think is fun and cool is that ever since I was a baby, and before I was a baby, I am the eldest cousin on my mom's side. My mom's family has gone to the beach every single year up until this last year. We did not go, and that was the first time in at least 21 years, because that's how old I am. We did not go, which was crazy. But my mom's parents made it a point to get all 4 of their daughters, their partners, and their children into one house for a week to celebrate each other and to celebrate family and that kind of thing, and just be with each other, which was super fun. My grandfather, my mom's dad, passed away during my freshman year of college, and that was very hard on our family. He was really the patriarch of our family, really an important figure in all of our lives, a very influential man. And so one thing about him is that he always had to stay at the best house. And so when we went to the beach, it was imperative that we got the house that we wanted with a close enough distance to the beach for him, and also for some mobility aids for some of my family, and that we were all in one house together, which is hard to do for a family of 1, 2, 3. So my grandmother, my grandfather, me, my sister, my mom. So that's 5 already. My mom's 3 sisters and their partners. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. How many is that? All of those people in one house, give or take a little. It was imperative for him that we were all in the same house together. So he would book ages in advance. Like, he would book the next house in, I want to say he would book it in like November. So kind of around this time. So it just happened to work out that he had booked the next house before he had passed away. And so my family was devoted to go and make that a memorial trip for him. And so we did. This first picture that you'll see is from that memorial trip. It is from July 15th, 2023. This picture, it's very important to me. That trip was hard. That trip was hard because I missed the beginning of it because I was on a flight to there from Kentucky. But it was just hard as a family, I think. We were missing someone for the first time in a way that it was undescribable. It was very hard for our family. And so this picture to me just represents that trip, that feeling of getting to be with each other again, a very special time. And then this next picture that you'll see is from July 11th, 2024. The next year, we went to the beach again because my aunts and my mom made it mandatory that we went the year after as well. We all went together to the beach. Very fun. And so I just love the way that the sun is pink in this one. I don't know. This one just means a lot to me as well. Both of these pictures represent like where I grew up fostering my love for the sky, the beach, like the open sky. There's nothing ahead of you. Just openness on the water, which is so cool. The horizon is endless. And it also just represents a person who I miss to this day. 2 of my honorable mentions for my sky pictures, which I will briefly flash up, are from July 12th, 2023, which was the aforementioned flight that I mentioned in the last one, me going to see them from Kentucky to Florida, which was my first time flying alone. Very scary, very fun. I very much fell into the meme of the oldest daughter gets into her groove when she flies by herself. I had a lot of fun flying by myself, to be honest with you, but I love this picture. I think it's so cool. And then there's this one from October 18th, 2025, which was the Oh Hellos concert. So this one was outside of that. I just thought it was very pretty and meant a lot because I was going to see one of my favorite bands. I don't know why I love the sky. It could be because of the infinite possibilities that it has, or it could be because of what it means to start over at the end of every day and to move on from today. You can never live today again. To live in the moment. This is only going to happen once. Or it could just mean, for me, the sunset means like rest and rejuvenation. That's why I have a little cartoony sunset tattooed on my body, because even the sun needs to rest. So that means I should let myself rest too. I'm going to keep figuring out why I love the sky. There are going to be infinite reasons because there are infinite possibilities with the sky. Maybe I'll show you more again soon. Bye for now.